Welcome to Alaskwatch, the show all about Bigfoot in the great state of Alaska. I'm your host, Beans Baxter. So lace up your boots, zip up your coat, and come with me on an adventure as we explore all things cryptid in the last frontier.
All right, so I wanted to get out and camp this week, and this is probably going to be the last chance I get this summer to camp unless something extraordinary happens, unless we have some great weather. And you'll have to excuse my voice. I'm not sick. I was. If you go back and watch the videos with Chook and I at Hatchery Pass, you might catch me coughing every once in a while. And it turns out I'd got bronchitis or pneumonia or something. And I went to the doctor and got some steroid inhaler to help take care of it. And that's a side effect of the inhaler is the gravelly, scratchy voice. So I actually feel pretty good. I just don't sound that great. So actually, this is my last ditch effort. The weather's supposed to be amazing this weekend. Or not this weekend, but this week. And I kind of dropped everything and headed out here. And I thought, I won't have any problems because it's a Monday. I won't have any problems getting my spot. And it was taken. So I'm about 10 miles away from where I want to be. As of right now, I have this campground on myself, though. So hopefully it'll stay that way. I doubt it. I imagine somebody will show up later tonight. I brought some company. I brought my man Arlo. He's gonna be hanging out with me. I took him camping last year, and he did really good. So I'm hoping he has a good time. I'm getting ready to get the tent set up. I'm pretty disappointed I didn't get my spot I wanted. Looks like the people that were there have been there for a while. Looks kind of like, I don't want to judge, but it looks like they might be living there. I think there's a 14-day limit to some of these campsites. So if I had to guess, that's probably what they're doing. They're probably jumping from campground to campground, doing 14 days at a time. And I just happened to catch them at that one. It's the very last one going out towards nothing. And there's a lot, I've told you guys about it before. I've had some vocalizations out there. There's been some sightings in this area. So, who knows? Maybe I'll hear something. I don't know if I'm even going to put my audio out tonight. I guess it depends on how full the campground gets. But I'm going to get my tent put up and get some shade for me and Arlo to set in if we need it. And we'll check in a little bit later. I don't know, honestly, how much video I'm going to be able to do in this campground. I had some plans for me and Arlo to go on a little hike. So I don't know any places here to do that. I do at the other spot. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I guess I should just, count my blessings that I get to spend it in a place like this and not complain, but it's human nature. So anyway, let's get the tent put up. What do you think, Arlo? Well, it wasn't the fastest and it wasn't the slowest I've ever got it set up. Every time I set it up, I learned something. I always have trouble with the rainfly. And I figured out, I was like, well, I'll just go to the side that the wind's blowing towards and just throw it over and let the wind help me throw it over. It worked like a charm. So that was cool. Now I got to get my tent or my cotton stuff in there. I have to open some of those windows too. It is humid in there. Hopefully we're going to be warm. But it's hard to say because when the sun goes down, the temperature drops a lot. All right, it's about 7 o'clock p.m. It's been pretty quiet. I haven't really, I was going to have a fire and have some s'mores, but it's getting too windy, which doesn't really surprise me. We've had a ton of wind down south. I guess it's coming up this way. Although it wasn't in the forecast, I was thinking it might actually skip here, and I might actually get to do some s'mores and have a fire, but I'm not going to mess with it. It's too windy. Arlo has really been on edge. There's a river access point not just down the road from here, and there's been a bunch of traffic going down there, and he doesn't like it. Every time a car goes by, he kind of freaks out. He barked a couple of times, the first couple, and I thought, well, if he keeps barking, I think I might just pack up and leave because I don't want him doing that shit all night. But he's finally calmed down a little bit, and the traffic slowed down quite a bit. It's toward the evening now. So, I don't know. I'm not having, I know I'm complaining. I'm out here in the middle. Look at this gorgeous country. I'm out here. I'm camping for free, and I'm complaining about it. But I'm not getting to do what I wanted to do. I think I've got a backup plan. I think we're going to go ahead and tough it out here tonight. And then tomorrow, we're going to pack up after breakfast and coffee. And I'm going to hit a trail to a lake that I've been wanting to go to ever since I started coming out here. It's got a really unique name. So we'll see how we feel, of course. I mean, it depends on how tonight goes. If we don't get it, there's another vehicle. If we don't get a lot of sleep, we might just skip it and call it good. But we'll see. I mean, I might wake up tomorrow and feel pretty good and decide to stay another night. I don't know. We'll see. I try to be flexible, but at the same time, I don't think I'm really going to get anything done at this campsite. It's windy. There's a lot of traffic. Arlo's nervous. I'm nervous. So I think we'll see how it goes tonight, but we'll probably pack up and leave tomorrow and hit that trail on the way out. I've always wanted to do it, and I was thinking about doing it on Wednesday anyway when we left. It's Monday now. But it's also supposed to rain on Wednesday. So maybe I should just go ahead and do it tomorrow when the weather's supposed to be nice. It's supposed to be like this again tomorrow. So it might be better to do it tomorrow and just head home after. I feel bad though, because this is probably it. This might be the last camping trip of the season. We've got some family visiting in the next couple weeks, and then once it hits September, the weather just isn't that great. So, who knows? We'll see. Pretty disappointed in myself that I didn't get out more this year. I just had a lot going on. Life gets in the way. Even though I'm retired, I still, have responsibilities, including this little man right here. So, we'll see. So I was sitting here. I was going over the last video I just made. And I thought I heard something over there. It sounded like a whoop. I know Arlo heard it because his ears picked up. The problem is that river access is over there. So I think it was just those people that drove by just a minute ago. See, that's my problem with this place. It's not very secluded. Can't really do any good squatching here. too much human activity. There was something, I don't know what it was. It sounded like it might have been an animal. I don't know if you could hear that. It sounded pretty far away. But there's a boat launch down there where people put their boats in and pick people up that float the river, drop them off. Something keeps squeaking over there, over in this direction. Sounds like metal. I can't figure out what it is. Arlo won't get out of my damn lap. I brought you your own chair. Look, you could be sitting over there right now. You could have your own chair. He doesn't care. There's the wind. It's gonna cancel my s'mores plans. I don't want to mess with a fire if it's gonna be this windy. I think the fire danger said it was moderate today, which, I mean, look how close my fire ring is to my tent. I don't want to burn a hole in my tent. Oh, just not gonna mess with it. There's that damn squeaking sound again. What is that? There's a water pump like over there. I wonder if the wind is blowing that water pump. You know what? They've got a bunch of buckets over there too. They're like hanging upside down on a little tree. I wonder if the wind might be blowing the bucket handles back and forth, and that might be causing that squeaking sound. There's ATVs in the distance. Yeah. Now the weather, even though the wind's blowing, the weather's not too bad. It's nice and sunny. I think it's supposed to rain on Wednesday, which was going to be my original day I departed, but I think I'm going to leave tomorrow now. But I'm going to take my time about it. I've got plenty of daylight. I mean, it's 7 p.m. right now, and look, it's still really bright. I've still probably got a couple hours of daylight left, so I can hang out here till honestly, probably 2 or 3 o'clock if I really wanted to. I probably won't, but I got plenty of time to do that trail tomorrow. I think it's a mile and a quarter, something like that. But we'll see. We'll see how Arlo feels too. If he's not feeling it, we might not do it, or we might not finish it. I'm not gonna push him, make him sick or anything. Hopefully he sleeps good tonight. He should. I know usually he like naps all day or all throughout the day, and then we'll go out and play for like 20-30 minutes, and that's usually good for him for the day. He might have a couple of zoomies, or run around a little bit, but for the most part he can do with 20 to 30 minutes of exercise a day. So hopefully he gets some good sleep tonight. I don't think I've ever taken him really hiking. We've gone on walks, but I don't think he's ever been on like a legit trail. We took Bubbles on a trail a few years ago, and we got almost to the end. I think we had like a quarter mile to go to the end. Bubbles just quit. He just laid down. Was like, I'm done. We ended up having to carry him. So I think Arlo will make it though. He's young. He's got energy. Just got to make sure he stays fed and hydrated. I got to hydrate too. But I didn't hear that noise anymore. I think it was some people down there. Pretty sure that's what it was. Problem was I was like watching a video on my phone. I wanted to see how bad my voice sounded, if it sounded as bad as I thought it did. And I was like going back to listen to it because I was like, how do I sound like? And that's when I heard it, and I was like, damn it. Of course, I was doing something else. That's how it goes. I'm pretty sure it was those guys over at the boat launch. That car that just went by when I was making that last video. So Anyway, I'm gonna let my voice rest for a little bit. I might try and do something tonight, like a little video podcast or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Where you going, little man? You wanna go sit in your chair? Let's see if I can get him situated. Well, we survived the night. It got a little colder than I was expecting. Me and Arlo got pretty chilly. It was I think the low was supposed to be 40, and it definitely got colder than that. I woke up about 5 o'clock in the morning and got out of the tent to get another propane bottle for the heater. And when I stepped on my step ladder here that I use to get in and out of the tent, it's my step ladder, it's not my real ladder. All this moisture you see here, this was ice. This was frozen. Because and I got up and I thought, man, it feels like it's in the 30s. Like, it feels like cold. And I was right. Like, I was worried. I was like, because I put my hand here and I was like, oh, that's ice. And I'm like, oh God, I hope I don't slip and fall, but I didn't. I got us another propane tank and got us some heat. I'm going to get this little man some grub, and I'm going to get myself some grub. And I think we're going to slowly start packing up. You want to do a hike today, buddy? You want to do a hike? I don't think he cares what we do. Oh, man. It was a rough night. It's cold. You can see my breath in there. I ran the heater for a long time, and then it puttered out, and that's when I got out and got the new propane tank. Even still, it was a chilly night. Colder than I was expecting. Probably a good thing we're not going to stay another night. Got breakfast skillet. I'm going to fix this morning. Heating up my water. And I might have some coffee after I eat. I know it seems obvious, but it's kind of crazy how much the sun plays a role in the temperature. As soon as it set last night over there, like the temperature like just dropped. And now it's rising over there. It's already getting much warmer. I'm already thinking about taking my hoodie off here. But I'll probably leave it on till after breakfast. We came out at 5 this morning to go potty and get propane out of the tub there, and the little man was shivering. He seems like he's all right now. I think it's already 50-some degrees in this direct sun, maybe even more. Wherever Chook is right now, I bet his eye's twitching because I'm drinking this instant coffee and not his serious gourmet stuff. I'm going to be honest, it all tastes the same. So I'm over here slaving away, taking the tent down. And I'm like, where's Arlo? He's being awfully quiet. He's over there laying in the bedding, supervising. At least he's staying out of the way, I guess. But this is almost done. It's quick to come down. So we're all packed up, ready to go. It's starting to get pretty warm. The bugs are starting to get bad. Arlo's so ready to go. He was in the truck before I even told him to get in the truck. So there was one interesting thing that happened last night. And it was a little bit before 5 o'clock. I was up. I mean, I wasn't out of the tent, but I was awake. Probably turning over, adjusting myself or whatever. And I thought I heard a knock, like down that way. But it was kind of ambiguous. It was one of those times when like you're moving and then you hear a sound. I mean, I definitely heard something. It wasn't me. But I think there was a couple in a camper down there. So it might have been them, but I didn't hear anything after that. It was just that noise and then silence. And it sounded like it came further away from where they would be, like further down by the river. But that was the only thing. And of course, I didn't put out audio last night because it was so windy when I went to bed. And almost as soon as we got in the bunk, the wind like stopped. I didn't have a fire or nothing last night because of the wind. And as soon as we got in bed, the wind just stopped. And I think it was like 11 o'clock. I was laying there and it was so still and quiet. And I was like, maybe I should get up and start a fire and put my audio out and just set up for a couple of hours. But Arlo was so like snuggled in. I was like, I don't want to bother him. I don't want to get up. So we ended up staying in the tent all night. And then it got really cold. Like I told you, I could see our breath. Arlo like got under the covers in the sleeping bag with me. And there was ice. There was like frost and ice on my step ladder. It's not my real ladder. It's my step ladder. But anyway, you know, there was a sighting not too far from here, probably about 4 or 5 miles down the road. But we're going to head down that way, not actually to where the sighting was, but there's a place called Skookum Lake down there. And I've always wanted to like try that trail and check out that lake, see if it was squatchy or not. Just a little scouting expedition since we're kind of leaving a day early. So I appreciate you watching. I'm sorry it was kind of quiet, but that's the way it goes. I couldn't get my normal spot. I had some more stuff planned, another day planned basically. But there's somebody there. So I had to settle for this campground that's pretty active. And Arlo was pretty on edge. Every time a car or something drove by last night, he would get antsy. And I don't think he'd enjoy another night here. And honestly, if it gets as cold as it did last night, I don't think I would either. So we're going to take off. Thanks for watching. Hopefully the next video will be our little hike. And you'll get to see Arlo Man in action, Squatch in action. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. You can go to my website, alasquatchpodcast.com, and pick up any of my books. And yeah, that's all I got for this camping trip. It was kind of a dud, but you know, it's better than sitting at home, I guess, watching TV.